You won't believe what went down after NBA YoungBoy's concert. Seriously. It's the kind of chaos that makes you question reality. Picture this. Screaming fans, streets turning into a human stampede. And right in the middle of it all, a moment so wild it's gone viral across every social platform. Could it be that one of the biggest names in rap found himself begging his opponents for mercy? Yes, you heard that right. The same rapper who's known for street cred, legal run-ins, and chart-topping hits was reportedly on his knees almost pleading for his life. How does a superstar go from sold-out arenas to a public scene that looks like an action movie gone wrong? And what shocking secrets behind the scenes are fueling this madness? Tonight, we're diving deep, peeling back the curtain on the frenzy, the chaos, and the drama that nobody else is brave enough to report. Stay tuned, because what comes next isn't just a story. It's a spectacle that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about fame, loyalty, and danger in the music world. The scandal starts the moment the arena lights dim. What was supposed to be a high-energy, sold-out performance turned into a scene that looked straight out of a blockbuster disaster film. As soon as the first notes hit, fans erupted, but not just with excitement. There was an intensity in the air, a chaotic electricity that made security look like they were auditioning for a stunt show. Word on the street, and by street, we mean every viral clip circulating online. Is that what happened outside after the concert would make your jaw hit the floor? Hundreds of fans stormed the streets, blocking traffic, pushing cameras into cell phones, and creating a human tide that even seasoned officers struggled to contain. And then came the part no one saw coming. The subject of all this madness reportedly pleaded. Yes, pleaded with his rivals for mercy. The words were barely audible over the screams, but the video leaked instantly, spreading faster than wildfire through every corner of the internet. The hashtags alone could fill an entire encyclopedia. Hashtag concert chaos. Hashtag beg for mercy. Hashtag street frenzy. But let's take a step back. Who exactly is at the center of this whirlwind? This isn't just some random viral moment hits. The culmination of years of controversy, chaos, and, let's be honest, bad decisions. From run-ins with law enforcement to leaked videos that made headlines. The reputation is explosive, and the fans devoted, dangerous, and loud know it. Social media exploded with speculation. What actually triggered the plea? Was it a feud brewing behind the scenes, or something more personal? Anonymous sources naturally started popping up. One so-called insider claimed it's been building for months. The tension was there and everyone knew it. When it finally erupted, nobody was safe, not even him. The statement was vague enough to be mysterious, but pointed enough to send the internet into a frenzy. Every news outlet, every comment section, every late-night TikTok skit latched onto it, dissecting every second of the footage. Meanwhile, the concert itself was textbook over the top. Pyrotechnics, massive LED screens, the works each visual designed to mesmerize, each beat engineered to provoke a reaction. But all of that couldn't contain what was happening outside. Fans claimed they saw unmarked cars swoop in, attempts at crowd control that looked more like a failed reality show than public safety. Rumors started flying about private disputes, secret rivalries, and even potential threats that allegedly forced the plea. And here's the kicker. Social media posts from unverified insiders hinted at an outrageous backstory involving lavish spending, private security mishaps, and even leaked messages suggesting that a small faction within the inner circle had been pushing the situation toward this breaking point. Could it be true? Or is it just the kind of over-the-top narrative the internet thrives on? Either way, it's messy, it's chaotic, and it's the kind of story that keeps viewers glued to the screen. And just when you think the night had reached its peak of absurdity, sources claim the drama was far from over. The streets were still alive with fans, the adrenaline palpable, and social media was ready to explode again. This is where things get really wild. Insiders say there was a moment caught on someone's shaky phone cam where the tension between rival factions reached its breaking point. And that's when the alleged plea happened. It wasn't planned, it wasn't staged, it was pure, unfiltered chaos. And yes, the video exists, making its rounds in private groups before leaking publicly, ensuring the story would go viral in a way no press release ever could. From this stormy scene, questions start piling up. How did it escalate so fast? Who were the people involved? And most importantly, what does this mean for the next move in this ongoing saga? Hold on to those questions because the story doesn't stop here. Right as the dust settled on the streets, behind-the-scenes whispers were already hinting at even bigger shocks to come. As the dust barely settled from the street chaos, the leaks started pouring in because, of course, nothing stays secret for long in this world. Anonymous sources, conveniently unnamed, but somehow totally reliable, began spilling the juiciest details of what allegedly went down behind the scenes. According to these insiders, the drama wasn't just about the crowd or a simple confrontation. It allegedly involved secret rival factions, backstage sabotage, and yes, luxury-level absurdity. One source claimed, "You wouldn't believe how much money was thrown around just to keep certain people quiet. It's like a live-action reality show where the stakes are life or death." Leaked screenshots, edited receipts, and cryptic Instagram DMs fueled the frenzy online, giving fans and armchair investigators enough material to obsess for weeks. Meanwhile, public reactions went nuclear. On Twitter, every possible hashtag trended simultaneously. Comments ranged from outraged to horrified to "I knew this was coming." TikTok compilations edited the chaos into 15-second clips with dramatic music, exaggerating every shove, scream, and flash of police lights. Memes began circulating, joking about how the concert turned into a live street fight deluxe edition. And some even suggested that the plea itself was orchestrated for views. Social media analysts confirmed that engagement skyrocketed, proving that controversy, no matter how dark, always wins. But here's where it gets extra juicy. According to another source again, completely anonymous, but trust me, I have receipts. There were alleged moments of extreme over-the-top behavior. Private security supposedly spent thousands on armored vehicles, tactical flashlights, and even something described as panic drones just to maintain order. And yet, despite all that, the crowd allegedly overwhelmed them, turning a concert exit into what one insider described as a full-on obstacle course of screaming fans and chaos. Some rumors even claimed that expensive jewelry, high-end phones, and designer merch were stolen in the frenzy, making the night not just a PR disaster but a financial nightmare. Then came the most eyebrow-raising detail. Whispered reports that the plea wasn't just directed at rival fans or crews. It allegedly involved certain members of the management circle itself. There were threats, bribes, and ultimatums, the source claimed. People were negotiating safety like it was a Wall Street deal, and he had to beg for mercy in front of everyone. Whether true or a dramatic exaggeration, the internet ran wild with speculation, dissecting every second of shaky phone footage. Reddit threads exploded with theories. Was this staged for attention? A subtle warning to rivals? Or pure panic in the middle of a mob? The sheer uncertainty made the story irresistible. And of course, the press had a field day. Tabloid headlines screamed words like humiliation, chaos, and begging for life. Even mainstream media cautiously reported, framing it as disturbing incidents with viral footage circulating online, without ever giving definitive answers, which only made it more tantalizing. Meanwhile, fan communities splintered. Some defended the subject as courageous under pressure, while others criticized the entire scene as reckless and dangerous. Public discourse turned into a digital circus, with every social platform offering a front-row seat to the spectacle. By this point, scandal wasn't just a concert mishap. It had allegedly transformed into a multi-layered web of drama, secrets, and speculative intrigue. And while teased the chaos, This second chapter reveals just how deep the rabbit hole goes into leaked reports. Lavish spending, and behind-the-scenes rivalries that might never fully be confirmed. But hold tight, because the fallout, the consequences, and the shocking twists are only coming next. What happens when the authorities, the media, and the public finally weigh in? As the chaos settled and the viral clips continued their relentless spread across social media, the fallout began in full force. Authorities, naturally, didn't waste any time, well, at least in rumorland. Hypothetical probes were launched, ranging from concert safety violations to alleged intimidation claims. Insider chatter suggested that city officials were furious over what some sources described as an avoidable disaster on primetime streets. The narrative was clear. What started as a musical event had allegedly become a public relations nightmare, a financial mess, and, depending on which leaked source you believed, a national security threat disguised as a concert. And yet, amid all the chaos, there was an undeniable lesson in power, influence, and spectacle. The events, whether staged, exaggerated, or completely organic, demonstrated just how quickly a single night could ripple into a story of global intrigue. Every tweet, leak, and insider claim added layers to the narrative, ensuring that the saga wouldn't fade anytime soon. The subject remained in the public eye, controversial and captivating. His every move dissected by an army of online investigators. It was the kind of story that redefines viral, proving once again that in today's world, a concert isn't just a performance, it's a stage for drama, speculation, and the occasional public plea that keeps millions watching as we step back and absorb the chaos. The message is clear. This wasn't just a concert, and this wasn't just a viral clip. It was a masterclass in public spectacle, a frenzy of emotion, power, and alleged behind-the-scenes intrigue. And while the streets may have emptied and the cameras gone dark, the story continues to reverberate, reminding everyone that in this world, reality often blurs with rumor. Drama thrives on speculation, and sometimes, even the untouchable find themselves begging for mercy. What do you think really happened that night? Was it panic, strategy, or something darker? Drop your theories in the comments. We want to hear every wild take. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because the next shocking twist is just around the corner.